When it comes to your health and wellness goals, consistency is truly key. That's why I recommend meal prepping. But when most of my clients think of meal prepping, they think of spending hours in the kitchen and eating the same foods day in and day out. But meal prepping doesn't have to be boring or take hours. So I'm gonna share some tips to optimize your time with meal prepping. First and foremost, take an inventory of your pantry and your fridge to see what you already have. That way you're not wasting time or money in the grocery store or when you get back. Then get the people in your house involved. Whether it's friends, family, partners, kids, get them involved. You're more likely to stick to it if you have someone to hold you accountable, and it makes meal prepping more fun. 2 hands are better than 1. Then make a menu. Write out what you guys would like for the week so that everyone has a say, and that way the ingredients that you buy, you'll use every bit of them and nothing will go to waste at the end of the week. And if that's not your style, then bulk prep some of the essentials like protein, chicken and steak, veggies, carbs, potatoes, and rice, and then you can use those for a variety of meals as the weeks go on. Meal prep does not have to be costly, timely, or boring. With these tips, you're sure to make it a breeze.
Oh, we're gonna talk about zones today. Cardio zones. Only because it's so popular out there today about talking about zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. I bet you didn't know there's actually 6 zones, and each zone, there's a specific way to use that to optimize your health. So let's go through all these zones again and actually touch on what is the best strategy to use them for. Zone 1 is the super lightest zone you're ever gonna use. Meaning you're just gonna walk around, feel like it's not even work, it's your day-to-day. You're actually gonna use that for volume, and essentially meaning like get your steps in. So if you're out of shape, you haven't done something in a long time, you're overweight, you're really trying to shed that weight off of yourself. Focus on just moving. Focus on getting a lot of steps in through the whole day, rather than just trying to go for intensity. Now let's talk about zone 2. So zone 2 right now is super popular out there, yet most people don't know what it really is. So zone 2 is where you start getting more of a challenge, but it's not really a challenge. It's like a brisk walk, if you think about it. But it's enough where you burn somewhat calories and you get very little benefit to your heart. Very little. And I mean this in the politest way possible. If you're in shape and you're doing zone 2 training and that's all you're focusing on, you're wasting your time. It's a waste of time. Now, if you're not in shape and you just graduated from moving only and you want to get a little better in your cardiopulmonary health, zone 2 is a great way to actually get that started. You can start focusing on doing 300 minutes in a week of zone 2 training, then just moving. Then we have zone 3. So zone 3 is pretty much the in-between of zone 2 and zone 4. Whereas your lactic threshold in zone 4, the in-between is a tougher challenge. It's actually a moderate to higher intensity load on your body. But essentially this is where you start doing tempo training. You're trying to run for a certain pace that you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to get to a certain amount of time in a specific distance that you want to beat. So tempo training is a good way to figure out where zone training 3 is. You could also think of it like it's moderate difficult. You might have a little bit of shortness of breath, but it's not, right? Then you have zone 4. Zone 4 is everybody's favorite word, lactic threshold. So lactic threshold is right at the point where you go from aerobic to anaerobic, meaning oxygen in versus not really using oxygen to complete the task. So this is pretty much a run. Now we're talking about jogging very fast, or it could be a run or a sprint. Zone 4 is actually divided into 2 things, and it's best used to try and build up more speed for your races. Like if you're really trying to crunch time on your races, you need to build that part up the most. You're also gonna get the most bang for your buck in that zone. It's gonna be hard. It's not an easy zone to work on, but you're gonna get the most bang, meaning your heart rate's gonna get lower, you're gonna be able to push further, you're gonna be able to use carbohydrates better, fats better, you're gonna burn more calories, your heart's gonna get bigger, you're gonna have lower blood pressure, you're gonna have all these things happen in that zone. That's the magic area. That's what we want. Now, anything above that is gonna go into zone 4AB, zone 5, zone 6. So zone 5, now we're really talking about sprinting. We're talking about short distance. You're trying to push out as much power as you can, as fast as you can. This is great for my sprinters, for anaerobic athletes like fighters, baseball players, basketball players, football players, anybody that's in a sport. You really want to touch on that zone 5 and train there most of the time. That's part of your sport. That's also, again, where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, especially when producing power. And it's important to do that in your training regimen, regardless of what sport you're in. Even if you're just a runner and you're going for distance, you want to add that, especially in a high plateau, meaning you've done this for years and you just can't crack that time. You need to introduce zone 5. And then there's zone 6, which basically means you're maxed out. Your full training is going to be all the way to the end, maximum, meaning you're going to throw up at some point if you try and stay there for too long. You're only going to stay there for about 20, 30 seconds most, but that's where you get the most power. So if I wanted to kick someone here to the next country, that's probably where I want to train. But that is your zone training and how to really coordinate where you should be when it comes to programming.
Spring break is over and summer is right around the corner, and everybody's coming in wanting to get their summer bodies, but still also wondering how they can incorporate alcohol into their health and lifestyle goals. So let's talk about alcohol. A lot of times when my clients come in, I see them choosing the type or the amount of alcohol they'll be drinking based strictly off calories. But I think if we knew how alcohol affected our metabolism, we'd be able to make a lot more educated decisions on the type and the amount of alcohol that we drink. So oftentimes when I'm talking to clients, they make decisions based off calories when they choose their alcohol. Like a White Claw only has 110 calories, or I just drink vodka water, maybe you just take a straight up shot. But how does alcohol affect our metabolism? So regardless of how many calories are in it, alcohol is recognized as a toxin. Unfortunately, it is not one of the 4 main macros. So when we drink alcohol, it metabolizes into ethanol. And for about 24 hours, we're setting off this ticking time bomb where all the essential functions get shut down. So that means regulating the metabolism, burning fat, building muscle. Our body is just really focused on getting that toxin out so that it can get back to normal life. So what does this mean for us? This means that, unfortunately, everything that we're eating while we're consuming alcohol is stored as fat. So what can we do to mitigate these effects? The first thing would be choose your alcohol wisely. We want to pick something that is the easiest for the body to filter out. So that's going to be clear liquor or dry wines like Prosecco or Chardonnay. Then we want to eliminate as much sugar as we can from the drink. So if you're going for a cocktail, let's eliminate those pina coladas, Mai Tais, and go for something like lime juice, lemon juice, or a splash of cranberry. That way we're filtering out as much as possible just with the alcohol. Then we want to think about what we're eating while we're drinking alcohol. So keep a protein first mindset. Do not skip meals before you're drinking alcohol. If you're saving up your calories for the alcohol, you're more likely to binge once alcohol gets in you and you start feeling loose. Because what do we go for? Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, pizza, all the good stuff. But keep a protein first mindset. Protein is going to be really hard for the body to break down. It's also going to be really hard for the body to store as fat. So if we are going to eat while we're drinking alcohol, we want to go for things that are high in protein. And lastly, pick 1 or 2 days where you'd like to drink versus 1 drink every night. And I know that this sounds counterintuitive, but like I said, if we're setting off a 24-hour time clock, if you have a drink when you get home from work on Monday night, then you go about your day and have another drink same time Tuesday night, you're just setting off that 24-hour clock, again, never giving your body the chance to filter the alcohol out. So my recommendation would be pick 1 or 2. Of course, no alcohol is always going to be our healthiest choice and guarantee that we're going to get to our health and wellness goals. But pick 1 or 2 nights where you have 1 or 2 cocktails. That way, the rest of the week, you have time to reset and filter out all the alcohol.
Check this out. Our population in the US is over 330 million, and we're actually also the largest fitness and health and wellness market in the world. Pause for a second. Now, did you know that 41.9% of our population is obese? It's crazy. It's crazy. You're talking about almost 150 million people, or over 150 million people, are obese. Now, I'm gonna give you another stat. 51.7% of our population has some form of chronic illness or comorbidity. That's insane. I'm gonna give you another stat. The US consumes 42% of fitness technology. That means we're obsessed with tracking our fitness. Right? Now let's tag that on and stack that to the fact that we're the largest fitness and health and wellness market in the world. But yet again, we are the most unhealthy population in the world. It does not make any sense at all. I want you to stop and think about these numbers for a second, right? Why is that? We're the most active population in the world, number one. We have the most amount of technology and data to track our health. Number three, we have the largest health initiatives in the world, but we are the fattest, sickest, and saddest population in the world. Why? Because there's not enough clarity and transparency in what the we're doing, right? What does that mean? That means that everybody is being active and everybody is training and everybody's exercising and everybody's on these fat diets and everybody's doing all these wonderful things, but yet they're still fucked up, okay? Because there's not enough clarity and transparency in what they're doing, right? And the sad part is a lot of us, or a lot of you guys, hire professionals to guide you and give you the right information. And they don't, right? One, because they don't have the right technology to track the right data. They don't have the right technology to track the accurate data, and they don't know how to read that data, and they don't know how to implement that data for you. So there's a whole bunch of bullshit that's going on around, and that's why you are constantly nonstop on the treadmill. You're taking medication, you're doing all this biohacking, but shit isn't working. Why? Because there's no transparency and clarity in what you're doing. You're trusting a professional to guide you, and what's happening is the opposite. Welcome to a misinformed America.